Good morning, B1 family. What's good? What's good? We back in. I know it's been a couple days, but I want to make sure I took a little bit of time off. One, handle some things around the house. Finally got some tags on the wife's vehicle. God, dog, Shelby County. They wait with me. Didn't say thank you or nothing. I ain't get a kiss on the cheek or nothing. I'm thinking I'm going to spend a couple $100. All right, cool. We're going to get plates. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 455 dot 84. I looked at. I was like, "Whoa!" I thought sales tax on how much we pay for the vehicle. So I'm like, God, dog. But that's part of being an adult, right? And also, I want to wait till I got this because I'm a man of my word. Our brother Ronald Stevens, FBA Babies, Facts, Figures, and History. Got it yesterday. Hadn't cracked it open yet, but you see, I got the hard copy. The hard copy. So I spent the extra bread. Get the hard copy. Yeah, okay. E's for Egypt. Okay, okay. So we're doing the alphabet. All right. Melanin, boom. S for success. All right. For the FBA, yeah. I like this big, bright, beautiful colors. We put our money where our mouth is. He said, hey, brother, just, support my literature, things of that nature. Also, the designs for the shirts, he can do those. And he also has one, I'll probably put in the short, he did for our sister, I think he did for NYCT. NYCT, is it Nice T or NYCT? I'm not sure. I know she does panels with our brother, Sincere Love to God, and they're on YouTube as well. So, and they rock with our brother Divine and Sister Brooke. But Louisiana, I love y'all, but y'all seem to be a little too quiet about these clear and apparent invasions going on. You got Haitians trying to take credit for y'all. You already got the Vietnamese down there. They locked in, and now I think this is a soft invasion of Africans.
Every time when somebody asks me what happened to my lips, I'm like, which one? Because even them one down there, it's part of my culture that we just pull them out a bit. Not like cut them. I pull them out myself. It's part of a culture that when you're young, they tell you to. And guys, it's part of my culture, and I don't want to hear anybody to be arguing with my culture because that has saved me from sleeping with different men. My VJ there is so beautiful, but I can only get honey for one person. And you really have to go down there and just look for the indicator.
Y'all catch all that? Can you imagine your babies being around this type of person? Your daughters? They start picking up these habits. Oh, she has one of those pages. She definitely has one of those pages, right? And you see the thirst trap with the cleavage and all that stuff. She definitely has one of those pages. And she really is in Louisiana because I saw the first video she did. She was like, Africa's not hot. This humidity down here is crazy. It's super hot down here.
Okay, guys, I took your advice. I went out for a walk, and it's not that hot. Yeah, I'm still in Louisiana anyway.
I'm just saying, I might be a little too foreboding. I need to watch that. They coming for that. Y'all have such a rich culture, a rich subculture within foundational Black American society that if they can get that, you know how much damage that would do. If they can get that, if they can get that, get the Gullah Geechee, so forth and so on, that would do so much damage to our claims and what we got going on. If they could do that, so y'all got we're on y'all because we need y'all to be particularly mindful and gatekeeping of what's going on down there. Because the last thing y'all need is an influx of bedwinches and Haitian tethers trying to take over. You already got to deal with the Vietnamese. Don't let them add nothing else on top of y'all plate. Now, one thing I started to notice is I'm going through social media is that our nerds, our comic book nerds, our blurs and all that stuff, they're stomping down on white supremacy. They're calling it out, and I love it. It shows that 360 degrees of pride and dignity that we have within ourselves to call down all the aspects, because we're not a monolith. As much as people want to try to make us one big Negro, we're not. We're not. We got the nerds, we got the street cats, we got the church folk, we got all kind of folk in Black American society. It is what it is, because we've never been a monolith. We move different. There's a reason why you have accent in Texas, an accent in Memphis, an accent in Mississippi, an accent in Louisiana, several accents in Louisiana, accent in Baltimore, accent in the Carolinas, Florida, all the way to the West Coast. It's because we're not a monolith. And I love the fact that the brother stood up for himself. And of course, Pasty Patty was decided to try to talk him. I'm gonna let you see it. I'm gonna let you see it.
Yeah, still charging. So I experienced passive racism, passive aggression at a Comic Con known as Comic Palooza. So she was mad that I was diverting traffic away from other people's booths, away from other vendors. I was just saying hello, hi, and commenting on people's cosplays. And if they looked at my booth a little too long, I would say, hey, do you like comic books? Like, that's really all I was doing. And for some reason, that made her mad. But she was mad that I was diverting the traffic from other vendors, and she wanted me to sit my black ass down in a chair and just wait for people to come up to my booth. That's what she was mad about. I do want to emphasize, she did apologize at the end of the day when she found out that what she was doing was wrong. But she is racist.
Now you can tell by the way she walked over there, her posture, her build, that she was on one. She was on one. I'm gonna let this brother explain what happened.
I'm just gonna be 100% real. She is a racist and she just doesn't exactly understand it. And I did not let that stop me. Not only that, I'm literally like right across from a white supremacist nerd booth. This right here is a dog whistle. This is like subliminal code for white supremacists, for Nazis and things like that. If you know, you know. My buddy Kevin Garcia actually pointed this out to me. And it's actually really sad that white supremacists are, they're everywhere. And they were literally watching the animation and I had the sound blaring. What kind of are you, if you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely diabolical. But yes, guys, I am a writer and a creator and a creative director of a series known as The Black Fist. It takes place in the 1960s. I am using the TikTok shop to boost this video, and it does help with advertisement because this is real. I like showing real stuff, and this is just what I do. Like, The Black Fist is my passion project, and you know what? Why not get a copy?
Now, I pulled this video from his IG. However, if you guys have TikTok, go support as you see fit. However, I want to go back over some of what he said in this video, what he did, his explanation, and break it down.
I'm just going to be 100% real. She is a racist, and she just doesn't exactly understand it.
That last part, you're incorrect on, brother. The first part, right there, on the money, nail on the head. She understands what she's doing, and she understands if you would have been, quote, aggressive at all. Oh my gosh, this big Negro's talking at me. Come save me. And would have got you hemmed up. She knows. They all know.
And I did not let that stop me.
Now, B1 family, y'all have heard about the doctor suing that site, or should I say, a site or an app where you can find a black doctor, because we know why that exists. We know we want to see melanated folk, so we can talk to them and have those conversations. My doctor's black. My doctor when I was Texas, Dr. Macklin, love her. My doctor there, my doctor here, Dr. Conway, love her. But there's a reason why we do that, and of course they can't We can't have shit. We literally can't have a bag of dog shit without them complaining that they're not getting the dog shit. And it's like, no, we can throw this away. No, well, no, I want my dog shit too. I have to participate. Listen to this.
Y'all, a white Colorado dermatologist, Dr. Morrell here, and an anti-DEI medical group called Do No Harm are suing the creator of Find a Black Doctor, claiming the directory violates federal civil rights law by only listing Black physicians. The lawsuit was filed on May 19th in Manhattan Federal Court. Y'all, this directory is a resource that was created to help patients, particularly Black patients, find culturally competent care in a medical system that we all know has historically failed us. Do No Harm framed it as robbing doctors of advertising exposure. But what they're really doing, y'all, is using civil rights language to dismantle a tool built because of civil rights violations. This is the playbook they're using, y'all. Take the language of equity and flip it. Find a Black Doctor isn't excluding any patients. It's not a hospital. It's not an ER. It's a directory built by Black people for Black people to solve a problem. And now someone is mad that they can't be listed in it. Y'all, I will continue to follow this story. I tell you, the audacity, the entitlement, and the timing. Look who's in office, y'all. It's probably going to be a lot more of this to come. But yeah, let's just stay aware. Let's share this. And hopefully they can get a great legal team, the Black Directory, to defend them on this.
That's how they do. Whenever we've done something great, whether it was not Tulsa, but the Tulsa was one, Rosewood, Seneca Village, whether it was in Texas, California, Boosters Beach, anytime we did something great without them, oh no, what? Without us? Well, let me in. It's like, nah, this is our thing for us. Y'all don't want us in your spaces. Black women know. Well, police are to Black men, doctors are to Black women. And now we've found a way to do it. A directory, not a hospital, not a clinic, not a board of medical professionals, just a directory. Hey, you're trying to find a Black doctor? We compile the list, put it right here. There you go. Are you mad? Of course you're mad, because you're in Black folk business. Now, be one family, and excuse me, the allergy season out here, so I gotta get my bee pollen and mix it in with my coffee. So we go ahead and shut that down. But here's a clear example why the church has stopped being taken seriously, and it continues to stop being taken seriously. And there's some people I think are awesome, like Pastor Gino. I think it's Gino Jennings. Give me Bible. I like him, you know. And there's another minister I'm going to show a clip of, but situations like this is why folk are like, I'm cool on the church because of, well, listen.
This the church. Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church. They proud. I mean, the guy could have changed. And it's not a fluke. Go to the website, pastoral staff, that's the head pastor. You scroll down, keep scrolling, go on, scroll, man, shit, scroll, I'm scrolling, go ahead, scroll. You keep on scrolling down, scroll past club right here, boom, there you go, Grand Dragon. Watch this, hold on. Dr. Harris is well known for his early years when he was the Grand Dragon of the Indiana KKK. In the 70s, after finding Jesus Christ as his Savior, his miraculous transformation came from races to graces, from cross burner to bridge builder.
Yeah, you saw that. Yeah. So, folk, you get to do all this harm and this trauma and say, Lord, forgive me, and it's supposed to be cool. And now you're an associate pastor at a Black congregation. The same folk you was traumatizing, you're now admonishing. This is sick, twisted world we live in. White supremacy is, it's the Twilight Zone, manifested in real life. However, there's some brothers who are tired of the BS, and they've gotten older. You know, the older some cats get, the more likely they are to tell you exactly how they feel. They don't need to filibuster, filter, none of that. They're going to just give it to you straight laced. Now, this was surprising because this was actually at the church in the congregation. I went to the man's page. It was on his page. Shout out to Sister B. She shared this with me.
I'm tired of the Democrat Party making bitches out of our women and pussies out of our men. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. The man needs to stand up and be a man. Stand up and take back our community. Stand up and tell the truth. And Al Sharpton needs to go. He needs to be off television tomorrow. He needs to go. You look at the children that are suffering, ain't got no daddy, and watching mama and some nigga she dragged in off the street having sex because all they got is that one room. And the daughter's watching, a 3-year-old daughter watching sex going on. It needs to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Now, see, I know about the cousin pastor from Memphis. I've always known about him, and I've always been cool with him. It was jarring at first, like, this man cussing? I was like, wait a minute. And then, at the time you realize, yeah, I like that because he's showing his humanity. A lot of these so-called ministers and stuff, they got to act a certain way, be poised and politically correct and all that stuff, and speak in a certain dialect, the preacher's tone that we've grown accustomed to. I can appreciate some downright honesty. I can appreciate that. And like I said, this is on his page, 65K followers. Atla Worldwide, Instagram Atla Worldwide, atla.org. Just watched. Yeah, this is his page. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. Now, the part where he's like, the women, it happens on both sides. Sometimes we lie to ourselves as adults. Well, I don't lie to myself. Oh, the kids asleep. The kids don't know. They may not understand exactly what's going on, but they understand something's happening. Now, the problem is you don't correct it or stop it and teach them. When they put two and two together, they decide to explore on their own and ask questions, and they get the misinformation from somebody else or somebody trying to take advantage of it. Because, yeah, sometimes these little kids see grown women. After doing it, I've always condemned the videos with grown women twerking on little boys. What the hell going on? Because at that point, you're a pedophile to me. You are a groomer, R. Shelley. And there's dudes that do that weird stuff. I remember my pops told me about there was a cat 3 houses down from him. He found out later. They had the door open, the window. They had the kids outside, they playing. But mind you, they had the window open. Old girl on top, he laying down on the bed. You know what's happening. And they watching. He a groomer, she a groomer, lock them both up. I don't care. Like I said, we're not a monolith, and I love that we're starting to get on code in every aspect and every interest that we got going on, whether we're comic book, the comic book scene, the anime scene, nerds, bikers, street cats, white collar professionals, blue collar professionals. I don't care what you're doing. Entrepreneurs, I love that we're getting on code, and we're all saying, hey, we're tired, and we need this. People want some folk want to go back to the Democrats in charge so they can lie to themselves and say, oh, well, life is grand. We got the Democrats. No, we need this rude awakening. So we can see the Democrats could have always done something and they just chose not to. Because Republicans, when they want to do something, they just get it done. Now, B1 family, these tethers are getting clever. They're getting clever. And they have to go through a lot of work to stay fleeing. Like, they literally have to go through a lot of work. Look at this. Look at this.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. We'll find out.
Now, brother, you being hyperbolic. Where do you got to do all this work? Show us. Pause to read. Pause to read. That ain't us. There's more. It's got somebody put me on, y'all. Oh, fleeing is taxing. Fleeing is taxing. Hold on, there's more. B1 family, there's much more. OMG, me next week. It get better when you get Aussie passport. Oh. Trademark secrets of fleeing. See, when Donald Trump did what he did, boy, now the fleeing get harder. It gets much, much harder. What I'm dealing with right now, planning my birthday trip. At this point, I might sit my ass down. Why don't you just go back to your homeland? Stay there. OMG, me as F, got to renew my visa. Oh, the fleeing is taxing. Huh? You know what's not? Staying in your homeland. Building that up. Making it a credible place. So folk can rock with you. But they EBA. Now, B1 family, Delineation has done wonders. It's done wonders. It's almost like it's magic. Because guess who's having to have a heart-to-heart within their community? Your cousins, the Latino, your favorites, some of you Negroes love because the women are spicy. Some of you Negresses love because Alejandro has long hair, it's so smooth. Yeah, they had to have a heart-to-heart. Everywhere but Africa.
We are subject to removal. Even if you have DACA right now, we are subject to removal. You can be detained, you can have immigration proceedings, and a judge can order you removed. Now, DACA is not a lawful status. It is a protected status, which means that, at least currently, the way it's being interpreted is you can go through the whole process of being detained, having the hearing, being ordered removed, but we won't deport you quite yet because you do have DACA. But the moment that lapses, I'm sending you away. What this means for the DACA recipients who are losing their status is they are no different than those individuals that you see getting picked up on those social media platforms. And they have to live with that fear now. Because on top of not having the status, the government is fully aware of who they are, where they live, and where they drop off their kids at school. DACA has done beautiful things for many of our lives. It's given a lot of opportunities. But I've always said DACA is a Band-Aid for a wound that needs stitches. And we need bravery from from the media, from our fellow neighbors, from our elected officials to pull that Band-Aid off and get this done.
And we need to make sure that never happens. I have no problems with people who come over here legally and do what they're supposed to. Cool. You follow the system. You did not break the law. I have people who come over illegally. I have people who come over to take advantage of these programs. They abuse them. They get our tax dollars, so we can't get nothing. Then they turn around and tell us we're lazy. Oh, you just need to work harder. I came over $2. No, you came over to a program that jump-started your life. See, I always wondered how these Latinos come over here, barely speaking English, and they go to the dealership, come back with brand new trucks. This was like 25, almost 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I was about 10, going between 10 and 15 years of age. I was wondering, how do neighbors just get brand new vehicles? It'd be 3-4 of them, all of them get a brand new truck. Dualies at that. Now that we older, now we see what the Dems were doing. They was handing them all our tax dollars they couldn't get to us for nothing. You can't get TANF, you can't get food stamps, you can't get grants, you can't get nothing. You can get a loan though. We got this loan for you, Negro. And as soon as you can't pay it, we taking everything you built. But they were just handing them money. I was like, oh, now we see. Y'all some rotten sons of bitches, you Democrats. Y'all are rotten to the core. And we finna stop all this because we need to reset. We need a whole reset in this country. Foundational Black Americans need to be put on. We need to be made whole. We need to be made whole. We need reparations. We do need respiration because we got all these musty tethers around us. And we need to be set right. And once we do that, then we can think about, other people later on down the road. Long time from now. We'll think about that then. But yeah, that's how they've gotten ahead. They turn around, they thumb their noses at us and show us they hairy ass and be like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? No. This is what we're gonna do about it. We finna make sure these politicians get brought to heel. We're gonna make sure the Democrats continue to crash and burn until they do what they're supposed to do. And we're gonna keep ICE on speed dial. So watch yourselves. Respectfully or disrespectfully. We don't care. Last but not least, B1 family. Folk know who we are. Folk know we're indigenous. We get these trolls online. Oh, prove you're indigenous. You weren't here. You believe this, that, the conscious flea who has a degree in conversation. We We've been knowing this. Just the numbers don't work out. The math don't math, and we understood this. So when our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents are saying, no, we're Native American, we've been here, we're the indigenous, they weren't lying. And other folk know this.
Y'all wanna know something that nobody's ready for in 2025 except for those who already seem to fucking know it? Black people are the aboriginals of every continent. Dark-skinned people are the aboriginals of every continent. Native Americans migrated over the ice bridge from Siberia, that would be Asia, and became what we now know as Native Americans. Yes, they lived off the land. Yes, they knew how to give back to it, so therefore they should be considered indigenous. But the people who were on that land before them and the ice bridge even formed were black people. Black people also built pyramids on every continent. That's why there are pyramids on every continent. The Buddha was a dark-skinned man. The Chinese, we have a lot of trouble denying that we come from melanin. We do. We've tried. We have not succeeded. The difference between us and every other group is that we can admit to the fact that we came from melanin. Why can't everybody else? It's not erasure to say that black people were the aboriginals of every country. We're not saying you didn't exist. We're saying you came after. What's so hard to understand? Just like me saying that Koreans came from China. It's not me saying that they don't have their own culture. That's how all of these Korean nationalists took it in my comments. Oh, you're saying we don't have our own culture or genetic identity? No, I'm saying that culture and genetic identity came from us. If you are not tapped in, and you don't talk to marginalized groups, and haven't spent any time with them, y'all gonna be offended by what I'm saying. Some of y'all only research your own identity, and that's it. And that's the only content you make besides your matcha. Black people were here first. Black people were here first. Black people were here first. And whoever that pisses off needs to leave my channel, needs to block me. All the above. Koreans, their genetics, their culture, came from the Chinese. From what is now known as China. And where did the Chinese come from? Black people.
Did you catch all that? You saw she put that North American there straight in their face. We are foundational to this land. But see, that's not the only people who know. Shout out to his brother. He caught something that most people didn't catch.
I don't know if everybody caught Lindsey Graham saying this.
Slavery? Yeah. I'm not there. I overcome all of our mistakes with the American Indian, you name it.
Why those two terms together? And why did he sound like he wasn't supposed to say it? Then you got Trump going on national TV to say
that case is all about babies of slaves.
Everybody skipped over this.
Do you think Native Americans today are birthright citizens?
I think so. I mean, obviously they've been granted citizenship by statute.
Put aside the statute.
Yeah.
Do you think they're birthright citizens?
No, I think the clear understanding that everybody agrees in the congressional debates is that the children of tribal Indians are not birthright citizens.
I understand.
But let's not forget about this clear, direct statement.
They intended that the children of tribal Indians who resided on reservations and owed their direct allegiance to their tribes would not be entitled to birthright citizenship, but the children of assimilated Indians and had established permanent residence among the body politic of the states would be entitled to birthright citizenship.
What I know and what I've heard and just what I've seen is the GOV is trying to say that birthright citizenships of Native Americans isn't a real thing because we actually came from Siberia. People's reservations are getting split in half and some are being sent to Canada.
That's the reason why on Super Sunday you see our brothers and sisters dressed up, colorful, vibrant, and it looks so familiar. Like it looks like indigenous traditions. We everywhere, family. But we're gonna talk about us. See, we are the culture, the heritage, the trendsetters, the heartbeat, and the conscience of not only this country, but the entire world. Nothing moves if FBA don't move. And once they do right by us, the world would be done, the world will be whole. That's all it takes. Do right by us, and the world will be whole. And I'm gonna say this again, Louisianans, get off y'all duff, put the boudin down, and handle that BS. Cause y'all have so much. If they take y'all down, and they can tell this lie long enough where it becomes the truth, we're gonna have a serious problem. We need y'all on it. All right. Love y'all. I love my NBA brothers and sisters from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Third Coast, and the few of you that sprinkle up there in the North, where it's extra cold, which is I'm cool on. Y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all have a great day. It's B1 and FBA all day. Let go.